If you grew up in a Nigerian home, what am I even saying? An African home, you will know that there are a lot of things that our parents did that absolutely made no sense. Like, it was so unnecessary because you will know that you were born into confusion. Because why would our parents say one thing and mean another? Or what was the need for the overly strict attitude? Because thinking about it, there are actually some things that they were unnecessarily strict about, in my opinion. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dara. If you're new here, click on the subscribe button and join the family. Turn on your post notifications as well. If you are not new, what's up? How are you doing? So today we're going to be talking about some things that our parents did that were absolutely unnecessary. Some things that they did was not making sense thinking about it now. And actually, growing up in a Nigerian strict home, what was it like? I'm going to be sharing my experience with you, and I would like to hear your own experience in the comments boxes. Yes, I would like to hear what you went through. So, number one on the list is not having sleepovers. Thinking about it now, why was there no sleepover? Why can't I go to my friend's house and have like a weekend sleepover? Why was it so hard for parents to let their kids go for sleepovers? Now, you would say, oh, they are protecting us. They didn't want you to learn bad attitudes, and for some promiscuous people, they didn't want you to be exposed sexually at that tender age. But thinking about it, I believe that if you have trained me enough as your daughter, you should be able to know what I can and cannot do, which boils down to the fact that most parents do not actually know what their children can and cannot do. A very vital point, because when you are growing up in a strict home, for instance, myself growing up in a strict home, a very strict home for that matter, a home that you can't even cough too much, you'll notice, or I noticed, that I lived a double standard life, because I had a particular kind of lifestyle that I would love my daddy to see for him to be happy, and I had another kind of lifestyle that I lived outside home. It was not bad. For instance, wearing trousers in my home. When I was way younger, we used to wear trousers, but then I noticed that when we became teenagers, my daddy automatically stopped us from wearing trousers because family person said don't wear trouser. He also said, okay, since this family person is my elder, then no need for trouser. And I know I love trousers. I wear trousers today. But at home I don't, because daddy does not like it. But outside the home I wear. So when he saw my picture when I was on campus, when I got into the university, and I had my trousers on and all, he saw my pictures, he was like, what is this? My daddy almost had a fit. But I'm like, that is my life. That I don't leave it in the house does not mean that that is not my life. Another thing is that parents are unnecessarily strict because of what I call fear of unknown. You're just scared that your child will do this. Your child has not even shown trickles or traits of that. You just assume, maybe you heard a story at work that another child stole or another child did this. You now assume that every child that age will do it, and they are overly strict. Another thing that my parents were overly strict about was hanging out, not having sleepovers now, going out. My parents, true life story, guys. My parents used to lock the door and carry the key and go out. Lock me and my siblings inside the house and go out with the key. My parents used to lock our freezer at home so that we would not drink cold. God, my parents used to lock the freezer at home so that we don't drink cold water. And do you know where they hide the key? Under the freezer, just very close to the freezer. Tell me how we will not ransack and find it. My parents used to, very cringe things. Thinking about it now, I just laugh at ourselves. Because, okay, when my parents don't allow us, where are you going to? Who are you to go out? Where do you think you are going to? Even for friends to visit safe now, then where do you those places that they stop you from going to? I'm going to those places and more today. That cold water that they stop me, because thinking about it now, why didn't you want me to drink cold water? Why didn't you just want me to go out and be a child? My parents wouldn't let you. Where are you going to? Till today, if I go home, my parents still say that I should be home at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. I remember one time, true life story, there was this guy that was asking me out. Hi. So we went out. We were out till past 6. My mommy was calling, calling, calling. We just went to have dinner or something. I think it was just one small place like that to just go and eat and get to know each other. My mommy called. My mommy walked down the street. When I told her, "Oh, I'm at the street already. I'm coming up there," she walked down. She walked to go and look for me and the boy. She almost slapped me in front of my supposed date. I was so embarrassed.
See, I wicked though. I wicked finish.
When I think, I got that woman, oh, she did me dirty. I don't even know if I still talk to the guy. Like, Chidera, itala, you're so fat, sha. And I sincerely think that children that are too guarded end up being the most spoiled because they would want to explore all those things that the parents guarded them against. Do you understand? Children that are so guarded, that is why they say pastors' children spoil the most. It's not because they are not properly brought up in the way of God. I just feel it's because they are too caged. Parents who just cage them too much will not let them be themselves. I really don't see the need for caging a child. Yes, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he would not depart from it. Be confident in yourself and in your God enough that you did a good job training this child. Sometimes when I want to make decisions at this age, and I tell my parents sometimes, and they don't see the need for you to do that. But sometimes I tell them, trust me, you brought me up very well. You trained me. Trust me to make the best decision out of this. Trust me to know what I'm doing. It does not mean that I will not make mistakes. Of course, I am a human being. You're a human being. You make mistakes as well as my dad and my mom. And I tell them that I make a mistake does not mean that I don't know what I'm doing. I took the decision, and if I make a mistake, I will get up, dust my butt, and try again. Period. So parents that shield their children, I don't know if you have experienced that. Of course, you're in Nigeria, except you're not watching from Nigeria. But in this our Nigeria, parents do the most. I think it's now that parents are becoming more. I don't know, gentle parenting. I think that is what is happening now. But some people still do not believe in the whole gentle parenting thing, right? But I just feel that if you spare the rod and spoil the child, quite all right. But if you beat with one hand, bring or be show love with the other. My daddy, for instance, did not believe in anything like dialogue. My daddy was very strict that we fear him. Till this second, we fear my daddy. I remember growing up, if you hear my daddy honk, like daddy's coming back and you hear ping ping, hi. Even if you're in the parlor watching a movie, anything, go and military. It felt like we were in the military. Go, everybody, go and coordinate yourself. Go and be daddy's back, daddy's back. We'll just be running kitty kata. And I'm asking myself to what, thinking about it now, to what end? The thing just made us live hypocritical lives. At home, we are another kind of people. Outside the home, we are another kind of people. Just for peace to reign in the house, you will not be what you are outside. And think it's not making sense. It's not necessary. It's something that could have been avoided if you were not very strict, or if you just let your child live his or her full potential. Be yourself. Tell me what you want to do. My father did not believe in dialogue. He feels if I tell you to do something, do it. Do not ask me why. Do not ask me. Even if you say, okay, daddy, I suggest, do not suggest. Because even if you suggest, you not say, okay, but I said what I said. Till this minute, my daddy said, I am your daddy and I know what is best for you. I don't know if any other person experienced that or used to experience that, but I really think that it was so unnecessary. It is still very unnecessary to tell your child. I believe in every nonsense there is sense. Every child has something to offer. Do you understand? I grew up in a home that was very strict to the extent that even at this old age, if I say, oh, this is what I want to do, my daddy still feels that that autocratic leadership is still what runs the show. But to be honest, it doesn't, because it makes me, I'm personalized. I don't want to talk about my siblings. It makes me do some things and not tell him that when I've done it, I'll now come back and say, oh, I did this. So that it will not be that daddy will say, don't do. You already know you've done it. So if he says don't do, you've kukuma done it, it will not be disobedience anymore. But thinking about it, it's not the right way to live. It's not the right way to train a child. I wished that my parents were more lenient, especially my daddy. You know how they see Ada and their daddies are like best of friends. It was not like that in my home. Me and my daddy are like this. My daddy naga side that me, I'm going like daddy is going this way, I'm going this way. We are very opposite And to think that we have the same attitude, me and my daddy have the same temperament, we have the same attitude, we behave alike, but we don't agree because we are always contracting. You know how they say like repel, unlike charges attract. Like charges repel. That is how me and my daddy are. That is how we are, and it is not a good thing because growing up, he did not let you, not let you express yourself. Oh, I want to do this. I want to go to fashion school. I want to do makeup. You don't even do this makeup you're seeing. Is at this old age I started doing makeup. When my daddy first saw my picture with makeup, he almost had heart attack because I've always loved makeup, but because you don't like me to make up in the house, you will not know if I like it or so. There are a lot of very strict things that parents did as kids, even till now. They're like because they don't believe that their children have grown enough to take decisions. We're not always going to be kids. We're adults now, and we would love to show that we are adults. And this also goes to us, soon to be parents, right? Let your children be who they are. Let them make that mistake in front of you. Let them get corrected in front of you. See them for their full potential. Because if you don't, kids will be forced to live double standard lives. They will be forced to be hypocrites. They'll be forced to have make decisions, and then they'll be forced to listen to people's opinion because of the way my parents were very strict. You want to do something, you can't even go for practice. Ordinary birthday, you can't even go except they are going with you. Nah, you can't even be a child. You can't even overplay. You can't over children. You can't even be a child. You cannot. They will always give you one bombastic side eye that you will automatically align. You dare not. And these are things that children do. Children are, they are bound to play. They are bound to make mistakes. They are bound to be reckless. They are bound to do scatter scatter. Let them be kids. But when you start giving them bombastic side eye at a very tender age, if a boy is asking your teenage daughter out, let them talk. Don't come and drag your child and get out of here. My mommy did that. My mommy did. My younger sister was even the Indabuski because she will fight any boy that works up to me because she sees mommy doing that and she feels she's the one to. And these things trickle down. I don't know why it's being so personal because I experienced strict parenting that was so unnecessary. That was so unnecessary. But let's be honest, in as much as they inculcated values in us, yes, I'm not going to rule out the fact that because my parents were very strict, they kind of inculcated this level of discipline, and you will fear some things. There are some things that you would not ordinarily do. You will fear some things because if my mommy was here, what will she say? If my daddy were here, what will he say? This little things is here and is here in our hearts. But then I wish they were a bit lenient. What do you think? I would really love to know how your growing up was, how your parents parented you, if that is even the word. How did they treat you growing up? I still fear my daddy. God, I fear that man. I fear my daddy, and it is wrong to fear your parents. Respect, yes, but fearing them, I don't think I wouldn't want my kids to be afraid of my husband or afraid of me. I would want them to be my friend. Beyond being a parent, I would love them to be my friend. Some people do not even agree with the school of thought, but I am 101% in support of being your child's friend. Be a parent and still be a child. To make them to be vulnerable to you. They will tell you, oh, mommy, I want to go out. I want to have a birthday party. I want to go and see this friend. And even when you would notice that you would start at a young age, you start giving them responsibilities. They'll be responsible at a very young age. It was not same for me because they guarded us a lot. It will make you cannot take decisions because, oh, mommy will do this, mommy will do that, mommy will. Damn. Anyway, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that gentle parenting is the way to go. Do not be a strict parent. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.